Hi, everyone. I hope you all have had a great week, and I welcome all of you to our weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in session, a half hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connections. If you are a new member of our community, please accept our wholehearted welcome to you. If you have any questions regarding our practices and topics, we are all here to help. It is customary for people in Australia to begin any meetings by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. So in the spirit of reconciliation, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we walk, study, and reside on, the Wadi people of the Darwin Nation. I pay my respect to their elders past and present, and to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people of today. And I also pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are. The check-in sessions have been developed by our Communities of Practice team and the entire community. The purpose of this session is to develop a reflective practice in response to changes. Guided by humanistic Buddhism, we'd like to cultivate our practices and to build memorable friendships. Thanks for the suggestions from Stevens and Warren. This new year, we put an overarching purpose for the first half-year sessions. Apart from the weekly topics, we'd like to invite you to ponder how we can connect our discussions and reflections to our daily lives. Last week, Dr. Jonathan Page introduced the 4 pillars of well-being, and we spoke on the importance of the first pillar, awareness. This week, we will address the second pillar, interconnection. So let's welcome Dr. Page.
Thank you, Xiaomeng, and auspicious greetings to everybody from the 10 directions of the Lotus Sutra. So we'll continue today to address the nature of well-being, which is the felt sense of this fundamental phenomenon of being, as opposed to not being and opposed to doing or going. So we must travel beneath the thin veil of daily usage of the word well-being, which is in the vernacular and casual parlance, but which lacks deep meaning. And as such, it may violate the strict tenets of right speech. We must follow the metaphorical thread down from the word itself through nourishing silence into that deep space where we may truly be aware of and fully experience and embody the wonders of being. So in this journey, as the sense of our constructed self or ego diminishes, we may develop luminous insight and become aware of our fundamental interconnection with all life. So let's enjoy a brief meditation together. And remember that meditating on the body is an invitation to be aware of being, and thus the awareness of interconnection with all other beings. So gently shut your eyes and let them soften, and begin to relax. And with awareness, relax your forehead, your cheeks, your lips, all the facial muscles, your neck, and your shoulders, and your upper arms, the lower arms, then your hands and the fingers, and your thumbs, and now your back muscles. Let a wave of softness move downwards from the back of your neck all the way down to your bottom. And then relax the thighs, the calf muscles, and finally the feet and then the toes. So feel the whole body completely relax. And now focus your awareness on the tip of your nose and to the nostrils. Follow the spontaneous rhythm of your breath and be aware that the air that you breathe has also sustained the life of millions of fellow humans, other mammals, birds, reptiles, insects, fish, and plants. Notice the air moving in through your nostrils, filling the lungs. And when the lungs are full, there is a short pause. And then the air all by itself begins to escape through the nostrils, and the air noticeably warmer and softer, and soon the lungs are empty. And then there's another pause, and then the next breath arises all by itself. So just maintain the focus of your own rhythm of the breath for the next minute. So now when you're ready, you can open your eyes slowly and return to the moment, feeling more relaxed and more embodied. Now, on the subject of interconnection, last Friday, Venerable Juwei and myself heard Dr. Khalzang Dorji Bhutia, who's an eco-anthropologist from the forests of West Sikkim in the Himalayas, who spoke passionately on deep interspecies ecology. And his talk was called "The Chili and the Bears Are My Uncles." So by using the word uncle or aku, this is a term of respect, even for a food item, regarding it as a source of wisdom and guidance. And so this totemic vegetable, the chili, is shared with other species and is part of the multi-species network of relations. And these vegetables are seen as family members that provide nourishment, healing, and flavor for humans and non-human co-residents of this mystical forest. So we may wonder what happens when these kin become commercially produced and commodified. And interestingly, in 2 weeks or so, another Sikkimese specialist, Tequila Chungkyalpa, will be talking on mother wisdom, learning to embody interdependence in the Anthropocene. Now, I do want to mention again the late blessed Thich Nhat Hanh, who spoke much about interbeing, which reflects the Buddha's doctrine of dependent origination, Pratitya Samutpada. Thich Nhat Hanh says, when we recognize the virtues, the talent, the beauty of Mother Earth, something is born in us, some kind of connection. Love is born. We want to be connected. That is the meaning of love, to be at one. You would do anything for the benefit of the earth, and the earth will do anything for your well-being. In a poem called Interrelationship, Thai, as he is called, Thich Nhat Hanh says, "You and me, and you are me, and I am you. Isn't it obvious that we inter-are? You cultivate the flower in yourself so that I will be beautiful. I transform the greed and hatred in myself so that you will not have to suffer. I support you, you support me. I'm in this world to offer you peace. You are in this world to bring me joy." The Thai also says, "You will see clearly that there is a cloud floating in this sheet of paper, and sunshine is present also. Without a cloud, there will be no rain. Without rain and sunshine, the trees cannot grow, and without trees, we cannot make paper. The logger is also essential, as are other workers, and the wheat that provides their bread and their families and so on. Everything coexists with this sheet of paper. Everything is." So we might just look at the images, the pictures that follow. That's an image I thought evoked a sense of profound interconnection, almost of a cosmic scale. And the next one is a representation of the unity and connection of sunshine, wind, and cloud with the paper. Now, moving on, in the vast Avatamsaka Sutta, which I highly recommend, despite its 1,600 pages, also known as the Flower Garland Sutra, there is an explication of interpenetration of all things. That is, all things and all beings not only reflect all other things and beings, but also all existence in its totality. And here you see in this image a depiction of Indra's net, which is described in Book 20 of this sutra. You can see in each drop of dew a reflection of all the other drops, as well as flowers and insects in the environment. Every individual drop reflects every other drop. There is also the concept in the Avatamsaka Sutra of Dharma Dhatu, which is an all-pervading matrix in which all phenomena arise and cease. And you can see some similarity in this concept with modern quantum physics. And finally, just to mention, in Book 26, there are the 10 bhumis, or instructions in the development of the Bodhisattva. And in the 10th bhumi, which is called the Cloud of Dharma, it states that one must benefit all sentient beings with the truth of Dharma, just as a cloud sends down rain impartially on all things. Everything is connected, everything is regarded as equal. So I think at this point we will return to Xiaoming, and we will soon get together in our breakout groups. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Page, for sharing with us the deeper meaning of connection, interconnection, and interbeing. So now let's contemplate and discuss about the following questions. Using the power of awareness, how important is interconnection in your life? To whom or what do you connect? And how does this connection manifest? What do you think the word interbeing means? Have you ever experienced this deep experience? Now we will be placed in groups of 3 to 4 to share and discuss. In the discussion, we do recommend you spending some time to get to know about each other and then discussing our questions. There will be some Zoom notifications to guide you, but feel free to let the flow of your discussions guide you. Our sessions are guided by metta, which is unconditional love and kindness for all sentient beings. Let's use these breakout sessions to express and receive loving kindness to and from one another, and take time to pause, share, and listen. We'll also ask you to share some of your findings with the larger group at the end of the breakout discussion. So now let's go to our breakout rooms for rich and nourishing discussions. See you all back in 15 minutes.
All right, everybody, thanks for returning. And we have a couple of minutes if you want to put questions or comments or feelings. Deep feelings would be quite nice. You can place them in the chat box. We can all read them. You can share them with us. This would be a wonderful gift as you do this, and of course recorded and seen, and then we'll see them on posters in the weeks ahead. So just thoughts about connection. Yeah, the reality of the world. Yes, the reality, isn't it? That's the nature of being. Well, yes, there's this feeling of becoming one or being one. So we've been focusing on just being, but we then become aware, well, I'm not in a state of being by myself. This being is shared with everybody else. Every second and every breath. Yes, there's no avoiding it. It is continuous. It's continuing and changing every second. This state of being, that's its very nature. It's in a constant state of flux. Hence the concept of Dharma Dhatu. It's an ocean of flux, the state of being. And I guess we're all swimming in this ocean together. Yes, and nourishment is another quality, isn't it? That this state seems to nourish. We gain energy and sensations from that state of being. Yeah, and the bees, yes, because they live with us. They're our brothers and sisters, the bees, and we have to look after them. Boy, these are some really deep comments and thoughts and feelings that you have put into the chat box. The chat box is really misnamed, isn't it? Because this is not chat. There must be another word for this box, I think, that we're using beyond the concept of chat. Now we'll continue with your offerings, everybody, and we'll just return to Xiaomeng to conclude this segment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. So we really hope the check-in session was helpful to you, and we hope you experienced the unconditional love and compassion of this community. But for anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what today could meet, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us, and you can also reach out to the professional organizations on the screen. And a kind reminder for anyone who might be interested in studying at NTI, the deadline to apply for the Xingyun Education Foundation Scholarship of the second round this year will be 15th April. So go for it to review your unlimited potential with NTI and to enhance the well-being for the world. As we check out today, let's recite the dedication of merit together to send love and compassion to whoever is in need.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. Now we will have our Euro post check-in discussions. So please stay around if you have time. Otherwise, see you all again next Sunday at 11 a.m. And please remember to consider how our discussions today regarding well-being can be applied into our daily lives. Thank you.